What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about what am I gonna talk about? I guess I'm gonna talk about feeling bored with life and not feeling satisfied, no matter what you do or how many new things you try. I'm also gonna talk about how amazing and blissful life can be if you're financially free. You know what I'm saying? So let's get to it. So me, I feel like I'm the type of person where like I get bored extremely easily. Like it doesn't matter what thing I try, what career I do, no matter what job I work at, no matter even with hobbies, no matter what hobbies I do, it's just like I'll be into it, and once I'm into it, it's like I'll go extremely hard at it. Like I'll go hard at it and I get good results from it. But if I get bored, then I just don't feel like doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's normal. I feel like we all experience this. I feel like we all experience these things in life because I guess it's part of the human experience of not being satisfied. So I did hear some theories that like I've heard from other people or a specific person. She said that on one of her spiritual videos. I'm not gonna mention her name, but she said that on one of her tarot videos that it was about what happens after you die. And when she mentioned that like when you die, all the things you lacked and the things you feel like that you were missing in this lifetime, in this human experience, you're actually going to experience all the things you always wanted, the things that weren't restricted from you in this lifetime. You're actually gonna experience again that in the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, because and I forgot what she said, but she also said like I think God or the universe, they'll purposely kind of like hold things away from you in this lifetime, like they'll restrict you, or the things you want most in this lifetime, but it just seems like you can't get it. Supposedly in the afterlife, you actually get it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of tripped out because it's like what really will make me happy is, again, I gotta be careful because I understand I'm young. I understand I still have a lot of life experience to experience, but I feel like what really makes me happy is having deep bonds and deep connections, like meeting like just like-minded people who are in the same wavelength as me, and also like having a very like divine, very passionate romantic partner. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things I really want in life. And ironically, my whole life I struggle again though. So I can't find a partner. I can't even date. Even when I do try to date, it's like it's just too shallow. And then as a guy, you gotta fucking just do all this shit just to like date a woman, and just I'm not doing all that. You know, I'm just not. You know, and it's just like, because I feel like with people, when they meet their partners or their life partners, or when they marry people, I feel like that naturally comes to them. They ain't gotta force shit. So I feel like it was probably pre-planned in this lifetime. Like they really got to put in work, and even if they do put in work, it usually works in their favor. But people who are like usually always single, people who can't find love, or like hopeless romantics, is like there's like a certain energy or like a certain type of karma that's blocking them from manifesting a fucking life partner. And these same people who are single and hopeless romantics, they got the most to offer, like emotionally, physically, anything. They have the most to offer. You know, so I feel like, and I'm aware, like, because I mentioned in one of my videos, the things you lack, the things you struggle to get the most in this lifetime growing up, your whole life, you're actually meant to get those things, but at such a great level compared to the average person. For example, the person's been single his whole life, he never got any action, like, he always wanted a fucking romantic partner. Yeah, and that's part, and he always wanted that in his heart desires. Yeah, he is going to get that, but he's probably going to get that later in his life. While in the meantime, all the things he wants, he's going to experience restrictions, blockages, bullshit, and horrible shit just for him to get that thing that he always wanted. I guess it's part of the human experience. I guess it's part of the rules and regulations of this stupid ass realm. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be with like romantic relationships. Again, I'm not saying I'm right, but I've heard people talk about this shit. And so again, I'm not. I didn't make this up. Fucking windshield. And people like, again, I didn't make this up, but I've heard these from other people. And when they said that, it's like, yeah, I agree with that, because there are certain things I really want in my life, but it just seems like I've always experienced the opposite. For example, I always wanted to be around very loving people, whether it be family or friends, and I always wanted a romantic partner. Ironically, me growing up, I'm always around growing up, I had a lot of dysfunctional, abusive, or narcissistic family members where I was forced to cut all them off. I'm always around people where like I feel like we're not. I'm always around non and like-minded people, so like I either had to act a certain way, or like it's just a shallow connection that I get bored easily, or I'll just distance myself from these people that I try to build a connection with because it's like they're not mentally stimulating, you know. And with the romantic partners, like no matter how many times I try to put myself out there, I work extremely hard, I put in so much work, and I just can't attract a dating partner, or I can't attract a woman or a female like that. Even though I feel like I have the most to offer when it comes to like emotionally, spiritually, you know, even physically, it's stuff like that, you know. I have so much to offer. But so a part of me, I do feel like it is kind of like God's protection. Because when they say rejection is God's protection, I also believe that it is part of this human experience to where like you kind of like, if you want to be great, you're gonna have to pay the price. So if you want a great, very divine, passionate, intense romantic partnership, you can have that. That's part of your soul contract. Maybe you do want that before you reincarnate. But if you want that, you're gonna have to experience the opposite of that first in order for you to get that. Chauncey Wan, even with Chauncey Wan on one of his videos on this channel, he talks about how like part of this human experience, in order for you to really want something great, you're going to have to experience disappointments, setbacks, trials and errors, pain and suffering in order for you to get those things. He used examples of people who are like financially free, people who are like financially wealthy. And just, not just these things he mentioned, but other things as well. Even with health and stuff like that, I have to go through so much disappointments, trial and errors, pain and bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So when he mentioned that, technically I'm fucking right. And you know what I'm saying? So it's bullshit. I guess it is part of this human experience. Like, if you want something great, you need to experience the complete opposite and all the stupid ass restrictions and blockages, man. You know? Like, I'm telling you guys, because like, I know I say this a lot. I know it sounds corny, but like, I really do believe we do not have free will in this life. Like, I really do believe that. I feel like in life, you have to live life at a certain script, at a certain movie script. This is why we don't have access to our past lives. We can't remember. We don't know what it's like in the afterlife. We don't know, like, this is why we experience generational curses and family trauma, and we live in a realm where there's a lot of money blockages. We live in a very, like, sad, depressing world. This shit piss me off sometimes, man. Cause I be living life and shit. Cause like I be like doing my own thing, and it's like when I'm not working, when I'm just chilling, especially like when I can't even go outside because it's raining or like the weather's bad. Like, man, I be chilling in my room. I'm like, bro, like I even told myself earlier today, like, bro, I feel like I'm in the wrong timeline. Like, what the fuck am I doing in this timeline? Why am I still restricted? Why am I bound by the money system, by pedophiles who rule this world? Like, why am I not around like-minded people? Why is it that I'm not satisfied? I'm not where I'm at in life. Yes, I guess I have accomplished things. I have a car, I have a career and stuff like that, but that's not my definition of true success is when you're like emotionally, spiritually, mentally pleased, pretty much. You know? I just feel like I'm meant for greater things, man. I just don't want to fucking settle. You know what I'm saying? I hope life has more to offer. I understand I'm young. I really haven't traveled or explored around the world like that, but like, you know, I feel like there's a lot more this world has to offer. So like, I don't want to settle. You know, I just don't want to fucking settle. And I hope that's not the most this world has to offer. I hope there's a lot more this world has to offer. I hope so. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's just not like just pedophiles and Masonic bloodlines who rule this world over money, screwing people over, people not living life, they're surviving, and then you got third world countries and wars and battles. I hope this life is not like that. I hope there's more life has to offer besides that. If not, then basically what I'm saying is right. Like, this is a very miserable timeline, the realm we're living in. It's very sad. It's very restricted. This ain't shit. And I understand why people call it hell. Yeah, why am I stuttering? You know what I'm saying? So, it's dumb. I feel like the closest thing that makes me happy career-wise, I guess, is traveling. Me, I like driving. I consider myself as a free spirit, man. Because I can't stay stuck at one job or at a certain situation. I can't do that. I got to expand my horizons. I got to explore. I got to navigate. You know what I'm saying? I hate staying in the house all day. I hate doing that shit. You know, I hate doing that. The only time I'll stay in the house all day is when I'm learning about something engaging that I really love. Like, if I'm like into something that I'm forced to binge watch YouTube videos or study, then yeah, I'll be in my room all day. Only when I'm fully engaged. But if I'm not happy with it no more, then yeah, I don't expand my horizons. And since nothing is really like satisfying me, especially in my living situation, because I live in a very small bum ass barracks apartment, and I can't stand that shit. There's no fucking room out. I live in a fucking closet pretty much. I hate fucking living there, dude. That shit piss me off sometimes. Piss me off all the time. I live in a bum ass fucking building area, man. But that's the price you got to pay in this human experience, because a lot of people, we're not satisfied. We're miserable. We're annoyed. We don't like our living situation. We don't fucking like it. And that's a huge problem. So I feel like, is this human experience? Are we meant to experience suffering, boredom? No wonder why people call it a prison planet. Yeah, I can see why they call it a prison planet, because it is a fucking prison planet. There's a lot of restrictions. You can't really express yourself. You can't really do the things you want because there's so much fucking restrictions. There's karmic restrictions when it comes to the people you meet. There's health restrictions within the human body. There's fucking like money restrictions that you can't really maneuver around this fucking world. There's like housing restrictions. You can't really have your own house. There's just so much restrictions. That's why people call it hell, or like a fucking prison planet. Damn, man. Fuck. But yeah, man. But like, I just feel like I just don't want to settle. So that's what motivates me. But it gets annoying though, because like no matter how hard you're trying, no matter what you do, it's just like no matter how much what I do is like I'm not pleased with where I'm at. It's not like I'm half-assed and I'm putting in work. I am putting in the work, you know? I think the closest thing for me to attract the abundance and the type of free lifestyle I want is through the fucking internet, unfortunately. So might as well put myself out there, right? And meet like-minded people and then hopefully make money and just showcase my talents and skills in this fucking internet. So I could like hopefully experience my birthright with just being free. You know what I'm saying? So thank God for the internet. Shit. But and what's up with the weather? Because like I feel like every week the weather's nice and perfect, but every weekend where I live at, it's always raining. There's always storms going on. It's been like this for a fucking year. So I feel like the weather's being controlled. You know what I'm saying? The weather's always being fucking controlled. We're like ironically every weekend, that's when it rains. That's when the weather gets messed up, because people can't even go out like that. You know? So, but just imagine we're in a timeline to where like we're not bound and restricted by money. I understand people may say, "Oh, people, if they have all that freedom, then they're gonna go crazy. There's gonna be a lot of violence and dysfunctions." That may be the case, but I'm more so talking about like, imagine we live in a timeline to where like we don't have pedophiles or Masonic bloodlines who rule this world. Imagine we live in a timeline to where like, yes, there's a lot of freedom, there's a lot of financial freedom, but at the same time, it's still civilized. At the same time, by righteous people. You know what I'm saying? Like we're like it's hard to explain, but like we're like there's more things to do out here. There's no restrictions. There's no corruption going on. You're free to do whatever you want. Everything is more advanced. We have advanced technology. You know what I'm saying? It's like where it makes life more fun. You know, it's kind of like that. Everything is structured in a safe way. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we have more advanced technology, but we got corrupt people who rule this world. They probably hide that shit from us in other worlds and shit like that. Who knows? You know. People do talk about that. They could be right, you know. Because like this can't be all life has to offer. It can't just like as human beings, it can't be just us waking up, work, going to home, taking shit, eat, and that's it. That can't all what life could be. It can't. It just can't be like that. There has to be more that life has to offer. There has to be changes that needs to make. And no, I'm not saying, oh, you got to be the change or I got to be the change. No, what I'm saying is that like, why do we have corrupt people who rule this fucking world since we were fucking born? Even before we were born. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it structured like that? It's fucking stupid. Can the universe and God, can they step in and fucking do something? You know, like, what the fuck is going on, dude? You know, it's stupid. But they're not gonna do shit. And then you got fucking time speeding up. Like, why is time speeding up just now? Why couldn't time be speeding up back then? You know, like, what the fuck is going on? There's a lot of dumb shit that takes place, dude. A lot of stupid ass shit, man. Like, how's time's gonna speed up, but yet the system's not even changing? You know what I'm saying? How's time speeding up, but it's like we still got corrupt people who rule this fucking world. This shit makes no sense. We still got wars and battles and all this restrictions and corruption, and you got fucking time speeding up. That's not doing anything. And even if it is doing anything, it's happening at a slow rate. Where I don't know what the purpose of time speeding up is. It's stupid. I've heard a lot of theories where like a lot of people's vibrations are vibrating higher, so I'm not gonna say. But because it's just dumb. It's stupid. It's not irrelevant pretty much. And what sucks too is that, like, in order for you, if you want to attempt to be financially free, you gotta go through like you gotta learn about financial literacy, and like you gotta learn about, like, people are figuring out like the stock market and cryptocurrency. You gotta do all this dumbass shit and all these strategies, all these ways just to be financially free. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do all that shit. Yes, it may work, but it's like, why do I gotta do all that just so I could experience being free? It's my birthright to be free. It's my birthright to navigate in this world in one piece, but you can't do that. It's like, I feel like it's our birthright to have our own place, like our own housing, our own food, water, shelter, clothing, and our own fucking right to travel around the world and to experience life. But we're not experiencing life. We're in fucking hell. This is why everything is restricted, and it's been going like this for like thousands of years. I don't know if God, the universe, they're allowing this shit to happen. I don't know, because my theory is that, like, Earth is a school. Well, it's not my theory. I've learned this from other people, but like, because supposedly, what I've heard from other people is that in order for your soul and spirit to really evolve and grow, they have to they have to experience a lot of pain and suffering. And the best way to experience pain and suffering, in order for their souls and spirits to grow rapidly and to ascend, it's for them to incarnate into a human body. And which makes sense, because having the human experience is very shitty. It is shitty. Yes, there are good parts about it, but let's be real, it's fucking shitty. Because a lot of people bitch and complain. I do it too. We all bitch and complain and moan about the system. We moan about going to fucking school and just being forced to go to school, like in high school, and then you're forced to work for the system, and like we're not really free. We're surviving, but like we can't. The only reason why we think we're okay with it is because we're so used to doing things we don't want to do. That involves suffering and misery. And then you got a lot of soul contracts and karma within like people's lives, to where either they experience abuse or some type of trauma and pain, like people born into generational curses of family trauma, or it could be financial poverty. It could be like feeling abandoned, rejected, and not finding love, or like the human body they're incarnated in is not malfunctioning properly, so now like they're forced to be at a wheelchair, or like they can't think properly. It's just shit. Like there's always fucking problems in this human experience. Now, personally, I believe it's because maybe, I'm not saying I'm right, but what I've learned from other people is that the reason why there's so much bullshit that takes place in this human experience is for our souls and spirits to grow and evolve. Ain't that some shit, right? All that stupid ass shit just so we could grow and evolve in the center. Like, who gives a fuck about that? Like, why can't we just live life and fucking enjoy this shit? But it is what it is. I understand with life, you gotta make the most out of it. You gotta make the most you want out of life. But it's cool. It's how it is. And maybe I am bitching and complaining, but at the same time, I feel like it's necessary. I feel like this shit needs to be talked about. Like, there has to be more than what life has to offer. This can't be all life has to offer. There has to be more. And if there isn't more, then that shows you how sad this reality is. It really is fucking sad, and things need change. But it's hard to change when as babies, we're born and subjected into a corrupt system that's been going on for thousands of fucking years. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? At this point, it's not even our fault. Yes, it is our past generation's fault for not doing anything, but come on, man. We're just trying to get by. You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't God and the universe, why can't they fix that shit? At the end of the day, they created this realm, so why can't they fucking fix it? Supposedly, the afterlife and spirits and ghosts and shit is real, and demonic possession, right? So technically, there is a higher power or an energy or the universe that's real also. So why can't they fix that shit? You know what I'm saying? Or our ancestors, like these spiritualists like to claim that they're so fucking powerful and ancient. Why can't they fix that shit? They're not gonna do shit. But I don't know, I'm just talking shit. But so if you're like, if you don't feel satisfied, content with life, use that as motivation to expand your horizons. Use that motivation to find things that really excite you, whether it be showcasing your talents in the internet. It could be trying new things within the job market, or just literally not working for the system. You want to just like say fuck the system and just do your own thing. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Life is short, so make the most of it. Don't take it personally too, because there's a lot of bullshit that takes place in this world. there is a lot of bullshit, and there's a lot of things that I feel like is not fair, and a lot of things that do need answers, but we're not getting those answers. I feel like there's a lot of things in this life that needs answers from a higher power, but they're not giving us those fucking answers. So we just gotta bite the bullet, roll the punches, and just do the best we can. You know, and come with your own conclusion, come with your own perspective, do what you love, follow your heart, and yeah. But what else I'm gonna talk about? I'm talking about time speeding up a little bit. So the days is going by a lot faster, and time is speeding up so fast. So it's so hard for you to really kind of enjoy yourself, or to focus on your like hobbies and talents, or like the things you actually enjoy doing. Especially if you work 2 jobs, or if you work a lot. It's just like it's damn near impossible to like really enjoy yourself, because you got the days going by a lot faster, so you can't really enjoy life like that. Unless if you're working, you enjoy it. That's one thing. But it's another thing where like you don't like where you work at, and now you have less time for yourself because you got time speeding up so fast. So it's like that's a huge issue. Time is speeding up a lot faster, but is it gonna collapse the system in a good way? I hope it's in a good way, not in a bad way. Who knows? We'll see how life is as time is speeding up. But that's all I gotta say. Have a good one. Peace.